AAA Textile School is with motto to provide textile knowledge, skills and competence to learners. This textile school is for graduates from any discipline, degree holders, diploma holders and textile employees, presently providing general certification on textile supply chain management, sustainable compliance management, textile management, apparel merchandising management, garments washing and finishing, weaving and knitting techniques, dyeing and printing techniques, pattern making and 3D designs development. Course duration is 4 months and total 130 hours intensive class workload. Every learner must complete common courses, project works and presentation with his or her area of concentration.
Common courses objectives can be summarized as working with potential success factors in any department or segment of any textile organization such as spinning, fabric manufacturing, wet processing, garments manufacturing and fashion retailing. An employee must have fundamental knowledge and understanding on textile science. These common courses lectures are arranged in such a way that a student with minimum time able to capture fundamentals on textile science. The first common course is Textile Industry, and the objectives of this course is summarized as Textile Industry basically consists of 3 tiers such as fashion industry, textile industry itself and apparel industry. This lecture series will help students in understanding textile industry's structures, main resources required, focus areas, core activities, their interrelation points and more. The second common course is Textile Machinery with objectives. A significant number of textile machineries are used in textile production for different purposes. This lectures will help students to know these textile machineries, their interconnectivity with other machines, their sizes, their functions and more. The third common course is Textile Management Basics with objectives as understanding industrial organogram, roles, responsibilities and authority. Working sequential processes, departments and their core functions are important for any mid to top level employees. This lecture will help students have a complete overview of the textile organization's functions. The fourth common course is Compliance Management Basics with objectives as to provide basic ideas on compliance, its requirements and steps in fulfilling those. Technical compliance asks for fulfillment of technical requirements, whereas general compliance asks for fulfillment of local regulatory and international requirements. This lecture focuses on requirements, related documentation such as formulating policies, procedures and standard operating procedures.
The next common course is Textile Fibers and Practical with objectives as textile fibers are main raw materials or building block for whole textile works. Different natural and man-made fibers are used in textile production with versatile characteristics, size, colors and appearance. This lecture series helps students to understand textile fibers, based on their functions, compositions and uses, while practical session help them in identifying and classifying them. Followed by common course Textile Yarns and Practical with objectives. Yarn produced from fibers and used for fabric production. There are different and versatile kind of yarns are produced and used in textile industry. This lecture session and practical works will be useful for students in understanding and recognizing yarns with reference to characteristics, compositions, structures and functions, as well as yarn derivatives, plied yarns and threads, woven fabrics and practical with objectives. Different types of weaving techniques and woven fabrics are used in textile business. Though all the fabrics look same in the first look, but there are significant technical differences based on technical parameters such as weave structures, GSM, EPI, PPI, density and more. This course covers those important topics that are practically useful. Practical session with industrial tour helps students in creating confidence dealing with those parameters. Knitted fabrics and practical with objectives, like the woven fabrics. There are versatile types of knitted fabrics with different structures and technical details. This lecture series will help students gain knowledge on knitted fabrics, while practical will give them real-life experience on fabrics and their technical structures, as well as recognition techniques, functions and uses. Dyeing, printing and finishing. Objectives. Dyeing, printing and finishing is the most important and dominating segment in textile manufacturing. It uses huge amount of natural resources, manpower, and machines to convert raw fabrics into desired appearance and color and technical details. This lecture series with practical session provide necessary knowledge on these processes and skills of handling processes and instruments. Garmenting. Objectives. Garments are final products in the textile production. Garmenting is also a complex manufacturing processes with use of different machines and huge number of manpower. This lecture and practical session will help students to understand the total processes, machines used and different kind of skills required in manufacturing garments. Textile machinery. Objectives. Significant number of textile machineries are used in textile production for different purposes. This lectures will help students to know these textile machineries, their interconnectivity with other machines, their sizes, their functions and more. Textile testing. Objectives. Basic and technical requirements are confirmed through using testing instruments and methods. Different buyers ask for different testing instruments and methods for their products. This lecture series and practical handwork helps students to learn knowledge and skill of implementation on different testing instrument and testing methods. For any further query, you may contact with us directly over phone or visiting our office.